Now, okie dokie. Hello everybody, Mel here, and welcome to day 3 of the Higher Skate of Mind coaching program. Lovely to see you today. Hope you're very well. It is freezing as always. I am sat in the shop, but the other side of the counter today, created myself a little skate space. Have a little look. Ooh. It is on the carpet, but I have put a hard floor down, so I will show you in a minute. I'm just popping my skates on, and then we will get started with some of the tips that I've found have been the most useful in accelerating people's progress and skills in roller skating. So I hope you find them really useful too. But just want to get, before that, while I'm putting my skates on, let me just check my notes. One of the things that we talk about a lot in our roller skate sessions is giving yourself permission. It's that kind self-talk, because we are extremely good, speak for myself, at saying, do you know what, I can't do this right now, therefore I will never be able to do this, or I've been working at this seemingly for ages, whatever that might look like, and you might be thinking, oh, I've been working at this for weeks, still can't do it, it's so frustrating, and I will therefore never be able to do it. But what I've learned is that any roller skate skills take longer than anything else that I've ever learned to do. And what I've come to realise is the reason it takes longer is because I have not spent my entire life training my body how to move. I'm not an athlete, is what I'm trying to say. I know some brands out there, them swooshy ones, would disagree and would say, everybody, if you have a body, you are therefore an athlete. But actually, I'm pretty sure there is some very specific training that goes into athletics, and I have not had it. So just saying that our self-talk is super, super important. And at skate class, we will have to remind people, and I don't think it's ever a bad thing to be reminded, to give yourself permission to find stuff hard, to stop, to change your mind. It is okay to change your mind and just think, well, this was what I wanted to do, but actually I'm not feeling that right now. I'm fine with that. I can be okay with changing my mind. So, with that permissive approach in mind, I have put down, okay, I'm going to just move my camera so that you can hang on. So, this is some clipped together garage flooring that I actually bought last year. And I just bought a sample, and it wasn't crazy expensive, which was very excellent for a small space like this. Anyway, that is what I'm using today. But if you are doing something new and you're like, I'm on a surface that I'm either trying out new wheels and I don't feel very confident about it, or I'm trying a move that I'm not familiar with and I'm not comfortable with, then why is it not okay to try it out on a grippier surface like carpet? It's perfectly fine. It's absolutely fine to try it out on carpet. Why not? On a doormat, on grass, on grippy vinyl, even without skates on. I know, controversial. It's okay. So, it's fine. And our shop, so there's people outside, our shop is carpeted deliberately. I'm just going to show you, like we brought the stuff in from outside. that this is a very fluffy carpet. It's very thick and fluffy, and the reason we have it is so that people who are trying skates on can stand up and not feel like they're instantly going to fall over, especially if they have less skate experience. So I just want to say, give yourself permission to do things not on roller skates if it helps you to feel more confident. It is fine, right? It's fine. Okay, let's get on. Here are my top tips for understanding how you move and body position. So okay, I'm just gonna move. Oh yeah, that's an alright. I feel like I'm gonna probably end up shouting at you. Also, stay hydrated, beautiful people. That light in the background feels really bright, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. So, I'm not going through like all of this is how you get started on roller skates, by the way, because if you want that video, that is already on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure I've done that more than once, and it's also on, where is it? It's in our members area on the website, so that's already there. This isn't bad actually. It's the first time I've skated on it, and it's really not that bad. It is very small, and you can hear the clip together bits are still clipping together. But the good thing about being on carpet is if I fall off the end, I'm not actually going anywhere very far. Let's put this in. Okay. So, principles of roller skating, and if people have been to any of our classes, I'm pretty sure they're not here. So, this is for those people who are here. If your feet are parallel, so they are like straight next to each other, and sorry, I'm really bouncy because I'm really excited. There's like at least 5 people that have popped in. It's so exciting. Right, if your feet are parallel and you rock from side to side, this is your skating motion, yes, because if you've forgotten this and you go back to day 1, skating takes up more space than walking. So, yeah. So as we're rocking side to side, you should stay on the spot. Okay? If you're not staying on the spot, you're like, I'm not staying on the spot, Mel, I'm doing it. Then I think you'll find your body position just needs adjusting. But this is the principle. The rocking motion, by the way, comes from the knee rather than the waist. I'm going to take this off now, I'm warm. So when you're rocking, you bend the knee, it's going to drop your hip and it's going to drop your shoulder. So your whole body will move to the side of the bent knee, and you can see how my weight is completely shifting, so it's over 1 foot, right? So if your feet are parallel, you should stay on the spot. If you turn your toes out and do the same motion where you're rocking from side to side, you should move forward, and you'll find that you can fully commit your weight, and then you can pick the other foot up, because roller skating happens on one leg, on 4 wheels. You're essentially falling over all the time, yeah? And then you're just saving yourself. So, feet parallel on the spot, toes out, we go forward, therefore, toes together, I think we're there. Toes together, toes in a V, and rock from side to side, and you go backwards. So when we teach people to skate backwards in skate class, which is literally on day 1 of skate class, because there is a big fear around going in a direction that you can't see. Please do not do it right next to a wall, because I've seen a lot of people be like here and they'll go backwards and it works. Just FYI, like the toes together method, I have a 100% success rate with. because it's not really my method. It's just something that I've realised that works through your body mechanics and physics. So it works. It works to get you started. A lot of people do not like to skate backwards on one foot. They definitely prefer it less than skating forwards on one foot. So if you're not enjoying this and balancing on one foot, ooh, that was sketchy, then take it to a lemon as soon as you can. And actually keeping that lemon going, yes, then that is a little bit more challenging, okay? Because then you need to get the bend and the bounce and everything else going. But that is not today, just FYI. Check the videos out, YouTube, website, membership, okay? So, basic feet positioning. I say it's basic, it's not basic. Fundamental. Basic implies that it's simple and everyone knows this, and they definitely do not. So, fundamental foot positioning. Feet are parallel, rock from side to side, you should stay on the spot. So if you're working on dance moves and you're like, why am I shuffling around the space? It might be your feet position, okay? Toes out, it turns your hips slightly out, it turns your knees out, and you will move forward, and toes together, and you rock from side to side, and you will move backwards, okay? So, I hope that makes sense. What else did I want to tell you today? Oh, so much stuff. There is not enough time to get in everything that I wanted to get in. Right, well, let's try. Okay, so let's talk about a turn. When you're turning, and we're not talking just like skating around a hall. Okay, maybe we could talk about that briefly. Well, if you're turning a corner, I'm just trying to figure out if for this what's mirrored in this video and what's not. But if you're going around the corner, I'm pretty sure most people are fine when they're at the roller disco, they're just like doing laps. You're all fine. No one's like, oh my goodness, how do I avoid the wall? But maybe you've never consciously thought why you are avoiding the wall. So let's have a quick chat about that now. As you are approaching the end of the room or your space, you will start to look for where you're going next. So right now I'm gonna run out of the end of my bit of clipped together floor, my rolly bit of floor. So I wanna keep going. I mean, it's gonna be the smallest loop in the world. It's pretty hilarious. But I need to just turn and look. And if I look and bend my knees, then my weight is shifted very slightly to the inside foot, and essentially I'll just roll around the corner. Quick, what's the word I'm looking for? Like get out clause, I suppose, is you will roll around the corner assuming you have half decent bearings that will allow you to roll around the corner. If you've got like super sticky bearings or the like metal shield ones that are not great, you'll just run out of speed really, really quickly. Recommended better bearings because they support UN women. If you're not able to get hold of those, don't stress about the ABEC rating. Just buy the best you can afford. If you're not sure, we have a nice little range of bearings. Anyway, so you're looking where you're going, and that is you're gonna avoid the wall. So as you're going around the corner and you start looking, it's gonna turn your shoulders. Your shoulders are connected to your hips, so your hips will start to turn. Your hips are connected to your knees, so your knees will start to turn. And essentially, everything will just roll. Nice. Off we go. We're going to do a little lap. Woo! Oh, I'm having quite a nice time here. It's going to roll round, doing little tiny laps in the room. Woo! Round and round we go, round and round we go. So, I'm exaggerating my shoulder position, right? I've got this turn. I'm going to face this way slightly. My body's here. I've got a twist and I'm pulling my left arm back and I'm pushing my right arm forward so that this shoulder is forward, and that is assisting my body to turn. I'm really aware, like when you look at yourself, really where I'm lifting it. So I'm not lifting it, I'm just twisting. So as I'm going round, I'm just twisting my body. But I'm also looking where I'm going, because actually if I go this way, but I'm like looking over my shoulder at something happening over there, it pulls my shoulder back into a regular kind of straight position, and I want them twisted around. The twisting definitely helps, okay? So the shoulders and the way that your body like links together is really important, which is why I've got like a whole body video, and it's not just focused on my feet. Though I am aware this is not high contrast against the black mat, but it's fine. Okay, so we've talked about feet, if they're parallel, if the toes are out or the toes are in. So we have some awareness of which direction we're traveling in and how to facilitate that, and then importance of shoulders. So if we combine those two little pieces of information, which might just kind of make some people, I'm hoping it's going to make some people's like, if you were stuck with something, you'll be like, oh yes, that totally makes sense. Even if your body can't do it yet, it should make sense in a logical sense. And this is why you don't teach this to kids, because children do not care. They do not care about like the body positioning. They're just not bothered. They're just like, oh no, I'm going to fall over and that's how I'm going to learn. There's very few kids that kind of want to know the why. Why does it work like that? Whereas for me as an adult, I was like, no, I need to know all of the stuff. Why is this happening like this? And I need to know this because then I feel the more knowledge I have, like the less risk there is in some way, because I've got a better idea of how to prepare myself on what's going to happen next. Hope that makes sense. Right, so we're going to do a disco turn. Okay, gotta love a disco turn. It's for people who do not know, or you might call it something different because it's a dance move, but I'm going to call it a disco turn because that's what we call it in Roller Girl Gang. So it's a 4-count move and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You can do this on the spot. You can do this traveling, depending on how much room you have. Obviously, I have not a huge amount of space, and actually, if I had more space, I'd disappear off the screen, so it wouldn't be that useful anyway. But we need to use both shoulder, like the knowledge of our shoulders and how our body is linked, and foot position to get a really effective and flowy disco turn. Love it, okay? So, step 1, I will turn around and I will show you from the other way so you can possibly follow along. Might just do a bit of stuff I do. I'm gonna tuck my trews into my socks because I think my boots are higher contrast against the background. Okay, so if I'm moving to my right and I'm starting with my feet facing the front, which is like, I will call my toes facing 12 o'clock. My first step is right. So when I'm moving to the right, my feet, I'm going to move the right one, then the left one, then the right one, then the left one. So that's the direction I'm going. When I'm going back the other way, I'll move the left, then the right, then the left, then the right. So it's the foot that's further out that way is the one that's going to go first. So I'm moving my right foot and I'm going to turn it as far open as possible. There's more than one way you can think about this. I'm trying to keep it simple, I promise. So I'm going to turn my foot out, Hip flexor stretches are very useful, by the way. I did not do a warm-up in this video. Again, there is one either on the website in the membership area, like a full, this is what you do for a warm-up. I think there's one on YouTube now, how to warm up for roller dance, but just so you know. So I'm gonna open my feet, and now my heels are kind of together, not touching. Never want my feet to touch. That's the danger zone. Let's stay away from that. But I've got opening my toes, so my heels are together. So that's step one. So I've gone from facing the front to opening as far as is comfortable. And if your comfortable is here, it's like a quarter, that's fine. It's perfectly fine, okay? I've done in this move enough times that it's more than a quarter. So if I pick the other foot up now, my body wants to unravel. It's in a slightly twisted position, and right now my knees are a little bit uncomfortable. So if I lean onto the right foot so that I can release the left, actually my body is going to untwist. I'm going to start from the side and face the front. If I open up to this way, my body is currently sideways because I'm holding it in the middle of my heels. But once I let go, this position is more comfortable. So my body wants to go to the position of least resistance. And if that's on one foot, it means that the untwisted position is the position of least resistance. So I'm helping myself get around by opening the toes, opening the feet so the heels are together. Then I'm going to lean very slightly onto the right one and lift the left. So now I've already started turning. My next step, heels are together, is I'm going to try and step the left foot round and put the toes kind of together. Again, not touching, but closer together. So round we go, toes together. And as I lean onto the left and I lift the right again, I'm already rotating back round to put the heels back together, and the toe is almost facing the front. It's like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock-ish, okay? When I lift the left for the last time, I can just straighten up, right? So it actually doesn't matter that the right one hasn't quite got back round to a perfect 12 o'clock. You can make that work. I'm going to turn around and go from the other way. So I'm still going with my right across the screen. So my right foot is opening, left together, right out, left together. Okay, left in. Don't know if you noticed, but every time I took a step, certainly the last one, I did a bit of a knee bend. That's how I'm going to transfer my weight from one side to the other. So when I'm placing my weight down, I can lean across, bend, step, bend, step. Now, slower is well more awkward than sped up, just so you know. We should do it the other way as well though. So the other thing that I'm going to add in that we talked about earlier is we're going to add in the arms, the shoulders, okay? If you've ever seen what I will call flouncy disco arms, then actually it's because when we're skating, I can't talk about other forms of dance, but I'm sure that's true for other forms of dance. The way that our shoulders face is going to support the movement and rotation of our body, okay? But, go back to day one, if you need a recap, I believe that the conditioning that we've had all through our lives makes this, the idea of holding your arms out and like twirling about, you will not feel empowered, you'll just feel like you're in someone's way, kind of going like, look at me, look at me. And actually, you might not feel like that if you're at the beginning of your roller skate journey. You might be like, definitely do not look at me. Absolutely, I don't want to be looked at. I'm just doing my own thing over here. What I want to encourage you to do is to wave your arms around because it makes it so much easier, okay? Controlling these will make all of your movement easier. It will support and improve your posture as well, which is not a bad thing, because I've had a bad back for a long time, and finally this summer I did something about it, which was a blessing. Anyway, so as we're rotating, essentially, I am trying not to knock all these bags off the shelf, but we're twirling and twisting. My arms are fairly free and easy, but they are kind of mirroring what's happening with my feet. So I'm taking one out, then in, then out, then in. Yeah? Out, then in, then out, then in. Okay, so the last tip that I'm going to give you, because I don't think I'm going to fit much more in than that today, the last tip I'm going to give you is when you're using your arms for movement, right? So I don't actually have this much room without totally knocking all the Poppin' Joe bags off. But if I bend them slightly, that's still okay. The movement comes from the elbow. So it's not from the hand and the wrist. I'm not like whacking stuff around. I'm using my elbows to push or pull my forearm, okay? So it's the elbow that's controlling the shoulder. Because actually, if I have my arms here, why can't I just control my shoulders from here? Give it a try, right? This is for your benefit, I hope you realise. Stop laughing, Janie. Okay, so, I mean, graceful, it is not. This, it's quite fun though, you know, especially if you're somewhere by yourself. Give your shoulders a little shake, why not? But my point is, you've got a lot of floppy arm that's not really supporting you with anything. So actually you need to use your elbows, and you're holding and using your arms with control. I think that's the key. Those people outside my shop need to stop talking, stop having a chat. Right, so we are using our arms and our feet, and we are going out, in, out, together. Out, in, out, together. Foot positioning massively, massively makes a difference. There's at least another hour, of like introductory material that I've got on foot positioning, but I'm afraid we only have a couple more minutes together before I'm out of time today. So let me just have a little recap on what we've done. Ooh. Okay. Do you know, I always feel better when I put my skates on, even if I'm literally like stepping on a bit of plastic floor in the shop. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Love it, love it. So today in our mini workshop, we have covered, what have we covered? We've covered foot position mostly, and the foot position is key, okay? Feet are parallel, or toes are pointing out, or toes are pointing in. So forwards position, backwards position. Essentially, if you're stepping forwards and your toe is pointing, that's the direction you're going to go in, okay? If you're stepping backwards and wherever your heel goes, that's the position your body's going to go in. So toes for forwards, heels for backwards. I mean, it will still take practice, just FYI. This is not, oh, tomorrow I will do this and do it with confidence and control. It's still going to take practice. And as you're going through that practice and journey, you still have to have that gentle self-talk. And if you need to do that practice on carpet or on shoes, not on skates, so that when you're balancing on one foot, you do not feel like you're about to stack it, because no one wants to find someone that's like whacked their head on furniture in their house, right? So be safe, please. Very important. But if you can work on that position, that's really, really key. Shoulders and controlling your shoulders using your elbow will also massively support the flow that you will be able to develop in your body and your skating, and it will accelerate your progress like so much. It's one of those skills that I believe is a fundamental skill, because wherever you want to go in your skating journey, and if you're super early in your skate journey, you might be like, I just want to be able to skate around. I do not understand what Mel is talking about. That's fine. You might not know. You're not ready to make decisions about where you want your skating to go. That is absolutely fine. But later on, you might be like, I never knew I could do that. Maybe I'm going to go and do roller derby, in which case your shoulder direction is everything. Maybe you're like, no, I'm going to go to the skate park. Never thought I could do this, but actually I can. What else can I see that I can try and do? That's the point of this, is that you are like smashing the glass ceilings that you have put in your own way. You've put them there, and now you're ready to break them and find out exactly what else you can do and you can achieve. And like, I would love you to go and try all of these things and go, actually, I totally can do this. I feel that it is going to take me time, because it takes time for my muscles to develop, and that is okay. However, this isn't something that I even thought about before, and actually I can do this. And so that positive self-talk is everything. Finally, just a little shout out to my beautiful friend Zara, who runs this Keep It Bright. She didn't ask me to wear this. I bought this because I just want to support her business. So go check her out. She's positive. She's positivity incarnate. She is just a beautiful human. She is on Instagram. She's Keep It Bright. So if you want some positivity in your day that isn't just little old me, then please go check her out. And if any of what I've said today has resonated with you, then today is the last day that you can sign up for my coaching program, which is going to start at the end of January. It's going to be online. I am so excited. I'm so pumped to deliver this course. We're going to have weekly calls, and we're going to talk about how we can develop our mindset. I've got little workbooks to go along with every module, and then we're going to do a program that's between coaching that will be on skates or on feet, depending where you're at and how you feel, and mindset coaching online. We are going to talk about so much stuff, and we're going to just develop some really strong links on support each other as a group as we go. So today is the last day of the early bird discounts, not the last day to sign up, do not panic. Thank you to the beautiful humans that have signed up already. I'm super excited for you, because this is my very first program, the inaugural one. Not only will you get to be part of the very first one, but it's never gonna be as small a group as it will be this time round. Okay, you can pay in deposits with a deposit today to lock in that price, which is £200 for a 6-week course, or you can pay in full. If you are able to pay it in full, then you will also get an additional half an hour of one-to-one time with me. So we can do a lot in half an hour. It's been half an hour and we've done a lot. So please go check it out. I'm going to put the link in the stories today, but tomorrow it will go up in price. You will still be able to pay in installments, but it's going to be more expensive. It will be £350 tomorrow. I think actually today it's 240. I apologize. Sorry, 240, not 200. So thank you so much for joining me on this mini series of lives. Day one was talking about my theory about why we find roller skating so challenging as adults. And then yesterday what did we talk about yesterday? We talked about all kinds of stuff. I felt like we covered quite a lot, but I actually, right now, I've been in like 3 meetings today and my mind's done a blank. So I apologise. You'll have to go back and check it out. It was something to do with confidence, I think. Okay. Thanks. Have a fabulous evening. Bye-bye. Stop. My phone won't stop. It literally won't stop. There we go. That was funny. It won't stop. Yes, I've done it now.